the global music scene was shaken by a sudden and controversial development that no one saw coming. As one of the most anticipated events of the year, Wireless Festival 2026 was officially cancelled following a dramatic intervention by the UK government, involving one of the most polarizing figures in modern entertainment, Kanye West. And what makes this story even more intense is how quickly everything unraveled from a headline performance announcement into a full-scale shutdown that has left fans disappointed, organizers scrambling, and the internet divided like never before, because just days before the festival was set to energize London with thousands of fans and major global artists, authorities made a decisive move to block Ye from entering the country, citing concerns that his presence was not conducive to the public good, a phrase that carries significant legal and political weight in the UK and is rarely used without serious justification. And this decision did not happen in isolation, but rather came after mounting pressure from various groups, public backlash, and ongoing controversies tied to Ye's past statements and behavior that have repeatedly sparked outrage across multiple countries and industries. And since Ye was not just a performer, but the central headliner across multiple days of the festival, his absence created a logistical and reputational crisis for the organizers, who were suddenly faced with an impossible challenge of replacing a global act of that magnitude on extremely short notice. And instead of attempting a rushed or compromised lineup, they made the bold and difficult decision to cancel the entire event, a move that has significant financial implications not only for the organizers, but also for sponsors, vendors, and local businesses that depend on the massive influx of festival attendees each year. And while full refunds have been promised to ticket holders, the emotional disappointment among fans is undeniable, especially for those who had made travel plans or were excited to witness what was being promoted as a historic performance. And beyond the immediate fallout, this situation raises deeper questions about the intersection of art, freedom of expression, and government authority, because while some people strongly support the decision, arguing that public figures should be held accountable for harmful rhetoric, others see it as a concerning example of censorship and state overreach that could set a precedent for future cases involving controversial artists. And the debate has only intensified online, where fans, critics, and commentators are clashing over whether this was a necessary stand or an excessive reaction. And adding another layer to the story is the role of corporate sponsors, who reportedly began distancing themselves from the event amid the controversy, which further increased the pressure on both the government and the festival organizers to act decisively. And this highlights how, in today's interconnected world, major cultural events are not just about entertainment, but are deeply tied to brand image, political climate, and public sentiment. And as the dust settles, many are now looking ahead to what this means for the future of international music festivals and artist bookings, especially in regions where regulatory frameworks allow governments to intervene based on character or conduct concerns. And for Ye, this incident marks yet another chapter in a career defined by both groundbreaking artistry and intense controversy, raising questions about how his global mobility and professional opportunities may be affected moving forward. And for the UK, it signals a willingness to take firm action in cases where officials believe public interest is at stake, even if it means disrupting major cultural events. And for fans around the world, it serves as a stark reminder that even the biggest shows are not immune to sudden cancellation when larger forces come into play. And as conversations continue and opinions remain divided, one thing is clear: this is more than just a canceled festival. It is a moment that reflects the evolving dynamics between celebrity influence, public accountability, and governmental power in the modern era. And if you want to stay ahead of stories like this and understand not just what is happening, but why it matters, make sure you follow closely, share your thoughts, and stay connected, because the next big headline could change everything overnight.